The internet can be a risky zone for everyone. Our young learners are most vulnerable to the dangers that it may bring. Online hazards may have tragic consequences. But worry no more. Protecting our young learners against threats of the cyber neighborhood is just a matter of awareness. With Google's Be Internet Awesome program, we can help our young learners to be safe and responsible users of the internet. Aiming to promote digital citizenship, Be Internet Awesome anchors on 5 themes called the Internet Code of Awesome. First, be Internet smart or share with care. Second, be Internet alert or don't fall for fake information online. Next is be Internet strong or secure your private information. It is followed by be Internet kind or don't be a cyber bully. And last is be Internet brave or talk it out when in doubt. To support its pedagogical value, Be Internet Awesome is supported by tools and resources evaluated by the International Society for Technology in Education and received the seal of alignment for readiness. To begin, let's get some light on the engaging computer game called Interland. Interland is intended for learners aged 7 to 12. It provides fun and adventure-packed hands-on experiences to help young learners discover safety measures in using technology. Players will be called Internauts. Internauts will explore 4 floating islands: the King Kingdom, the Reality River, the Mindful Mountain, and the Tower of Treasure. Each island features a challenging game equivalent to a different lesson. Internauts will collaboratively embark on a quest to combat evil hackers, fishers, oversharers, and bullies by practicing online safety and online etiquette. With this free interactive game, young learners will be empowered to achieve technological independence. It will also help them to distinguish between safe and unsafe behavior in online interactions. This includes attaining a sense of what to share on the internet and whom to share it with, depending on the content. Now, let's take a look at the Be Internet Awesome curriculum. The Be Internet Awesome curriculum features teaching guides on topics such as privacy and security, cyberbullying and online cruelty, phishing and scams, online reputation, and inappropriate content. Aside from teaching guides, the Be Internet Awesome curriculum also contains posters, worksheets, and slide decks that can be used concurrently with the game Interland. To encourage the entire family in promoting safe internet usage, the Be Internet Awesome Pledge can be reviewed and signed all together by parents and their children. Still, the most important safety measure is open communication between the members of the family and the school. Together, we can close the gap that surrounds the digital citizenship of young learners in the present technological age. Remember, play safe, learn safe, and stay safe.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gap where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon, Tutor Jove. Hello. Good afternoon to all our online viewers, grade 9 learners, and to all teachers of English grade 9. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Kumusta, Tutor Jove?
Okay naman, sir. Eto,
Okay naman.
daming biyahe.
Ayun.
Yes.
So, we're here with another session for English 9. So, fourth quarter na tayo, Tutor Job. Imagine mo,
Oo
time
nga, eh,
flies
bilis
so
eh.
fast. Grabe.
Yeah, and we're so glad to see that our students from even from from first quarter up until now ay kasama pa rin natin.
Yes. They are with us since first quarter and nakakataba talaga ng puso yung tutor job. Ayun, ang dami na naman nilang, they are showing their attendance on our comment box.
Mm.
Comment box rather. Hello po sa inyo and welcome to another English 9 tutorial session. Ito yung ating bagong title card ngayon. So, it's quality, interactive, and replayable. And
Mm.
ako si Tutor Ellie from SDO Camarines Sur.
And I am your tutor Joe from SDO Nueva Vizcaya.
And yes, we are your tutors for English 9. So, thank you very much for your support. That is why we are actually awarded with the most creative tutor for quarter 1 and for quarter
Uh,
2 tutor job. Papasalamat tayo
yes,
sa
yes.
kanila
Thank
because of
you.
them, we
Opo.
were awarded with an excellence award in innovative instruction. That's for quarter 2. Ayun po. So, dire-diretso na tayo kasi medyo this would be a quite long, but comprehensive na
Mm.
discussion of our second topic. Di ba, Tutor Joe?
Yes, that's
Pero
right.
ito muna ang kanilang dates that they have to remember for the fourth quarter. Sige, Tutor.
Yeah, so we had our week 1 lesson last week, and for today, today is April 26th. Yeah, so we are
Yes.
now in week 2. So take note, dear learners, that for the next 2 weeks, tama po ba, tutor?
Yes,
Two, ano to, no?
2 weeks na wala. We have no sessions.
For the next 2 weeks, we will not be having our sessions because we have election related activities sa mga respective schools natin.
Yes, and
Okay?
of course, walang pasok kayo. So
Yes,
you could,
yes.
anong pwedeng gawin nila habang walang pasok? They could replay. Kaya sabi
Yes,
ko na replayable. They could review
exactly.
our sessions or punta sila sa GC natin so that they could review
Mm-mm.
our topics that were posted there sa ating GC.
That's right. And
Sige, go
since you
ahead.
have a lot of time, we expect no for full participation when we give you later on your activities. So by
Yes.
May 17, right? Ang ating
Mm-hmm.
session, Tutor Ellie, will be on May
Yes, May
17
17.
for our week
Tuesday.
3. Yes, we will see your output. So listen carefully, okay, for our lesson for today.
And ayun, meron dito, that's the just to remind also them, no,
Mm-mm.
that the end of our fourth quarter would be on June 24, 2022. Imagine, before
Next.
pandemic, tutor job, June is the start of the classes. Pero
Oo nga
right
pala,
now,
no?
it's the end of our school year, of our sessions
Mm-mm.
here in Tito Line. Diba?
Yes,
Kalain mo
yes.
na baliktad yung mundo. It's an upside down moment right now. Ayun. So those are the important dates that they have to remember. And these are the topics that we will go on as we move to our weeks ahead. So we're done, Tutor Joe, with our week one, which is all about relevance of one's idea. Do you remember na we
Yes.
asked them some questions and we also told them to answer them with the wrong answer? That's quite fun. And
Yes,
for this
yes.
week, we will be having our grade 9 learners. Titingnan ko muna yung mga comments nila kasi baka magtampo. So, ayun. More than the shout out, it's the attendance that matters sa
That's right,
atin.
that's right.
So,
And
napakarami
don't
nakakatuwa
forget
talaga.
to include your your teachers in your
Yes.
attendance.
Yeah, so nasabihan
Yes.
na natin sila sa ating GC na
Mm-mm.
they have to state their name as their
That's right.
attendance, their name, their section, your section, my dear learners, your subject teacher, syempre naman, at yung
Yes,
school
yes.
ninyo at kung saan schools division office kayo naroroon. So yun. So Art, sana nandito kayo. Good afternoon sa inyong lahat. Hindi ko na kayo ma-mention. Napakarami. Our comment box is too fast.
Oo nga.
Napakabilis. So, I could not anymore see them straight. Okay po. So, our topic for today is about soundness of reasoning. So, I basically our topics for the entire quarter four is all about judging the relevant soundness and yep, on a particular soundness of reasons. Yun yung ating talagang most essential learning competency for the entire quarter four. And diretso na tayo from last meeting. Ito yung ating discussion, diba, Tutor Job?
That's right.
What?
If you could
Yeah,
remember, relevance in text is how appropriate or connected a statement or idea is to what is being said or stated at a given time or
perfect.
context.
So, we discuss about relevance.
Mm-mm.
Yep. Just to give you a refresher, sige po,
Yes.
ano pang
So
kailangan natin bilang tandaan? Just a review, Tutor.
yeah, so here's another review for our last session. Sabi dito, you want to make sure that your sources are up to date. Okay, so take
Mhm.
note of that. Make
That's right.
sure that the ideas were created or updated recently so you can be sure that the information is accurate. So if
Correct.
because if the idea was written to persuade or convince readers of something, you need to be careful.
Wonderful. Tama yan, Tutor Job, ha? Kaya kayo, mga students, you students in grade 9,
Mm-mm.
or you teachers of also, or whoever you are in our sessions watching us, you have to be careful when you are presented with an information or an answer. Hindi pwedeng papaniwalaan natin yan in just a blink of an eye, and
Mm-mm.
yun na yun. So, we have to be careful. Ano po? Tama yun. So, ayan, we also need to remember that these ideas or information may be biased. So yung that's our fear. Or it could leave out important information. If you think this is the case, we need to double check with more sources, ha? Hindi lang on one source, but we have to check from different or multiple sources to make sure that the idea or information is accurate or
Exactly.
correct. And this actually topic in week one is actually still very related with our preceding topic, especially with this week
Mm-mm.
two topic, which is all about ma-exit ko pa yung ating presentation. Okay, which is all about the soundness of authors' reasoning. So that's our topic for quarter four, week no, week two. So ano nga ba, Tutor Job, yung soundness? Ano ba yung reasoning? Ano ba yung author na tinatawag? We will see in the session. So dyan
Mm-mm.
lang kayo. So watch and learn and be participative in our comment box for today's session. So our module references, saan to galing, Tutor Job? Saan ba natin
Yes. So thank you very much to those who developed
thank you po.
the SDO Navotas Quarter 4 module po and Regionalized Zamboanga Peninsula Quarter 4
Yes.
Module 2. So those are
Mhm.
our references for today's discussion.
Okay, thank you very much po for the development teams. Yung akalain mo we have from Luzon, we have also from
Mm-mm.
Mindanao. So, we are checking and kahit kami, tutors, we are actually getting information from varied and multiple resources para maibigay namin
Yes.
sa inyo ang accurate na data. So, hindi kami pwede basta-basta na lang to give you any information that we think is right. Okay? Kailangan namin, we have to provide an accurate and a valid information to you, especially who are in the education field. So for this topic, these are our objectives. Ako na nito, Tutor Job. They have to
Yes, sir. Go
identify
ahead.
the factuality. Pag sinabi nating factuality, this is basically the correctness of information in the given statements. And they have to recognize also, you grade 9 students, the value of validating the factuality or correctness of information. Di ba? Napaka-importante na to validate if the information or idea is correct or wrong, especially in
Mm-mm,
these times
mm-mm.
na sa social media natin and in the pandemic times. And lastly, you will be judging on our last activity the soundness of author's reasoning. But before that, you have to remember first what are those things that we have to consider in order to judge the author's reasoning soundness. Okay po? So this is our okay, we shall start. Okay, so our thought for today is, naniniwala ka ba dito, tutor? Kayo, grade 9 learners, do you believe in this statement that many people easily believe in the information given to them, sorry for the typo, especially in social media due to the pandemic? Do you agree? Nakita ko yung ano ni Ma'am May eh. Yung comment ni Tutor May. Okay. O yan, Hannah, Gemini, Princess Hello, Prince Rojan, Rhea Jane Rinion. Do you believe that many people is believe in the information given to them? What's your idea about it? So sabi ni Tutor Job, sabi nito ni Frances Katrina Velarde, hindi daw siya naniniwala.
Mm.
Okay, do we have any answers, Tutor Job, sa ating
Ayan,
comment
sabi
box?
din ni Graciela Buen Suceso, sabi niya, yes, I agree that,
Hmm,
ayan, that many people easily believe. Okay?
okay.
Who
So
else?
ang
Ayan,
dami na.
ang dami na.
Yes. So, most of them said, yes po, they agree. Majority of people right now, sabi ni Grimor, they do easily believe in information given to them. Some people answered also, a few of them only. Few of them answered no. So, perhaps siguro nasabi nila to because they are also guilty of this, that they easily believe information. Even as ako personally, I sometimes we are victims of this
Mm,
also. We are guilty of
that's right.
this. Easily believe in information and because of this tutor job, alam mo makaka-relate sila dito. Let's try to parang yung sa Pokemon na na
Who's
they
that
will try to
Pokemon?
guess who is this person when it comes to information. Sikat na sikat to sa ating social media, Tutor Job. At ano yung unang clue natin dito? The first one.
Yes, ayan. Sige, the first clue, okay? Who is this? Nothing escapes her eagle eyes when it comes to information. Yan.
Yes, his or her eagle eyes. Number two, where there is a hottie online,
Hmm?
she or he is the one we needed. And the third one, sino kaya
Yes.
ito? Do you have a
And
guess
sa
already?
and the third clue, sabi nila, if there's a need for the latest update in the neighborhood, who is on
Sino
top of
kaya
the
ito?
list? He or
Okay.
she is. Oh, sino
Okay. So,
ito? Marami
ayun,
na. So, kilalang kilala.
they know that person
Yes.
very well. So, sabi ni Frances, Maflor, Antoinette, Krija, Crystal and Ashley, napakarami. Thank you for your answer. Walang iba, sabay-sabay tayo. Siyempre, sino to?
Yeah.
Of
Si
course. Ayan.
Marites.
Walang iba kundi si Marites. Ano, di ba, tutor job? Marites is currently on trends
Oo nga eh.
during the pandemic. It started during the pandemic. And it's because of social media.
Mm.
Yep, kilala natin si Marites. Kapag may mga chismis, ano pa tutor job? Ang
Diba sila ang mga heresy, ayan, sila ang nangunguna.
nangunguna, and hindi lang sila babae, it could be, they could also be
Yes,
males, pwedeng
yes.
kapitbahay natin, kapatid, or anyone from the neighborhood, they could be all marites. So it's not only specific to one gender. However, kailangan nating matandaan, grade 9 learners, alam ko nakakatuwa to, very uso to sa atin ngayon. However, Marites is
Mm,
not something that we should be proudly
that's
identify
right.
ourselves of. Tama ba? Bakit kaya? Because not all Marites information is correct, and not all the things, okay, Marites will say, we should believe them. Okay? Tama yun, no? Hindi
Mm.
lahat ng information is correct. Una sa headline, si Marites Tutor, sabi ni Antoinette Hernandez.
Minsan nauuna pa, eh, 'no?
Mhm. And however, Tutor Job, ano bang
Yes.
nakalagay dito?
Yes, we are much guilty of this. Whatever our profession is or status in life, we all have our own marites deep inside. Siguro nandun na
Totoo
rin talaga
naman.
yung ano natin eh,
Mm,
yung curious nature siguro din natin,
yes.
ano. However, okay,
Mm,
dear learners, take note of this. On the other hand, this just shows that the creativity of Filipinos knows no bounds, especially when it comes to inventing terms that depict day-to-day life and different types of people. Siguro nakakapek na nga rin talaga 'yun, 'di ba, yung ating imagination, ang hilig
mhm.
siguro din sa dami na ring napapanood nating mga drama o ano 'no, meron na tayong kanya-kanyang meron tayong tawag dito, innate writer, sa bawat sarili natin, 'di ba?
We like to invent words
Mm,
or ideas. Napakagaling ng mga
mm.
Filipinos when it comes to that. Very creative ang Filipinos. And maliban yung tutors, ang dami pa nga mga kapatid si Marites, 'di ba? Alam niyo ng ating mga, pakilagay nga sa comment box yung mga relatives ni Marites, alam na ng mga students natin. And they are, when it comes to information, sila yung ating unang sinasandalan, but they should not be. Bakit kaya tutor
Hmm,
Ellie, tutor job, they should not be? Let's try to have this activity. Ayun, kasama daw po ni Marita si Marisol and Mirasol. At sige, go on. So, itong activity natin, tutor job, they just have to answer kung sino yung tinutukoy natin dito.
mm. That's
Okay? And
right.
for example, number one, okay, answeran nyo ha. Make sure you put the number and your answer on your comment box, my dear learners. When we are sick and we show signs of fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing, who do we lean on to? Sino ba yung maaasahan natin dito? Oo. Shall we ask a Marites, the kapitbahay natin, or si Marisol, or kung sino pa yung nandyan sa comment box natin, Tutor Job, na mga relative ni Marites, we have um, Mildred, may Mildred. Marites Marisol, Marieta daw. Oo. So,
'Di ba
yun,
kamag-anak din si
kapag
Mosang?
magkakamag-anak sila. So, kapag may sakit tayo, we are sick and we show signs of fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing, sino pupuntahan kaya natin? Or let's say,
Mm.
anong profession ang pupuntahan natin? Sino ang pupuntahan natin? Saan tayo pupunta? So, ayun, tama. Si Shia, Queenie, and we have Shine, and Irving,
Bernard.
sabi nila, and then the Bernard also, Sir, Tutor Alien, Tutor Job, we have, of course, to go to a doctor. Tama. Doctor
Mm.
or parents, it could be, but it's better if we consult the doctor if we experience such signs and symptoms, no? Especially right now that we are still we still have COVID-19 in the Philippines. So tama yun. We consult a medical professional. Tama, Tutor
Mm.
Joe?
Exactly, that's right.
Mm-hmm. And the question here is, could we rely on a YouTube vlogger ba? Kapag tayo ay may sakit, tapos titingin lang tayo sa YouTube, we search there how to combat a sickness or fever and cough. Do we seek the advice of a YouTube vlogger? Puwede ba yun? Pupunta tayo sa YouTube and we seek for the treatment on how to cure cough. Okay? So the answer of Frances, Katrina, Precious, sabi nila, no. Tutor Alien, Tutor Job. Of course, because bakit kaya? Why would not be relying on such people such as a YouTube vlogger? Well, maliban na lang tutor job kung yung YouTube vlogger is a doctor also.
Oo.
Tama, they are
Oo, puwede
professionals.
'yun. Or
Hindi
baka yung
natin
parents din kasi
oo.
nila sir is medical
Yung parents din
professional.
ninyo ay medical professional, why not? Because they have knowledge.
Mm.
Bakit kaya? Why do we shall not be relying on a YouTube, on a simple YouTube vlogger, on a blogger somewhere? Bakit kaya? What's the reason behind kapag may sakit tayo? Bakit kaya diretso tayo kay sa doctor or medical professionals? Why? May nagsagot dito pero I can't name the name. Sige. Unless yeah, sabi ni Graciela Tutor Job dito, anong sabi niya dito sa ating comment box?
'Yan, sabi ni Graciela, "No, unless the vloggers are
Hmm,
professionals daw."
okay. So because okay, that's right, Precious Joy Labayog, correct. Because if we rely on
Hmm,
YouTube vlogger, they might be wrong.
mm.
Okay, they might really, really be wrong because they don't know what they are saying and they are professional when it comes to that field.
That's right. In
Okay.
addition, if you follow, for example, if you follow their advice and they are not exactly medical professionals, they might not be held accountable,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
Because
Mm-hmm.
yes, yeah, because sabi ni Graciela nga din dito, because not all that we can see in the internet is
It's true.
true.
Especially if you consult the internet or Google, there's a lot of
Mm-mm.
information. So it's better we consult a medical professional when it comes to that. How about the second one? Who do we lean on to when we are having a hard time answering our modules or we need to clarify information about a particular content of a
Mm-hmm.
book? Who do we lean on to? Could we rely on social media influencers on TikTok and etc.? Could let's try to see their answers. Kahit isa or dalawa. Sige, we will be waiting for your answer. Sino kayo ko-consult natin when we are want to know something about concept in science or in English?
Mm-mm.
Filipino, of course. The answer of Shia, Tutor Job.
Yeah,
Shia
sabi ni
Judith.
Shia, teacher po. Sabi ni Grammar, teachers or tutors.
Mhm.
Ayan.
Tama. Teacher or tutor, tama. You could consult us, gaya ng mga ginagawa natin sa ating
Yes,
students
yes.
as tutors if you want to clarify something. Could we rely on social media influencers on TikTok? Not if they are not teachers or credible source of information.
Mm-mm.
Tama. How about the third one, Tutor Joe?
Yeah, so the third one, sabi dito, when we would like to know about the real situation of the Earth's climate, who do we lean on to? Okay?
Sino kaya?
So
At
could
may
we
question dito.
rely? Oh yes, ang question dito, could we rely on politicians?
Puwede kaya unless tutor job that these politicians have knowledge on climate change
Yes.
or an
Or
advocate
their
of climate
expertise
change.
is on these
Sino
these
kaya dito ang
things.
pupuntahan natin or someone we
Mm-mm.
could interview about the climate change or environment? Sino? Who are these
Who
people?
can give us reliable information? Who
They
are
have
these
answers
people?
here already. Sabi dito nila
Ayan.
Graymar said we could consult tutor early ano yun? Environmentalist, that's
Mm.
right. Also, we could consult Pag-asa, pwede yun. Pwede
Yes.
naman, Pag-asa. We could rely
Yes.
on them. Newscaster, pwede naman as long that newscaster base his or her information on Pag-asa or
On
environment report.
experts,
At
yes.
the very best answer here is from Isol Kabasag, scientist. Your generic na
Mm.
talaga yon, scientist. Okay? So yun ha, we don't rely on a mere politician when we talk about climate change because sometimes they don't know what they are saying. Okay? So
Yes.
maniniwala tayo dun talaga. So because of this, Tutor Jove, anong
Mm.
kailangan nating we have to remember when we accept
Yes.
information?
Yes. So remember these, dear learners, we basically do not accept if the source of the data
Mhm.
is invalid or unreliable. So
Reliable, that's
if you
it.
can reliable our previous lessons, right? We
Mhm.
talked about validity of information. So we
Yes,
apply it in our daily lives here. And we should only believe on the person's information if he or she is credible on that field
that's
and or
right.
his or her information or reasoning has
So may
soundness.
dalawa
So,
pala tayong we have to consider here. The first one
mm-mm.
is that person credible? And the second one, kung hindi naman siya masyadong credible, yung information ba
Yeah.
that he or she is relying to the people or to the
Mm-mm.
audience has soundness or reliable also
Yes,
or
that's
valid.
right.
That's the two things we have to remember. Okay, so with this, we are talking here about soundness of authors' reasoning. When we talk about soundness, this is the question that we have to take note of. Is the author truthful or has sense with the reasoning? May sense ba yan? Truthful ba yung sinasabi niya? And to figure out the soundness of an author's reasoning, you can ask these few simple questions. What are these, tutor? Job?
Yeah. So here
Questions
are
that they
the
have to remember?
questions that we can ask. So
Mm-hmm.
who is the source? Who is the author of the source? All right.
Tama.
And
First,
where? Okay. Another is where was the source published? Okay. So
saan?
also ask yourselves, what information does the source include and what does it look like?
Mm-hmm.
When? Okay. Take note of this. Okay. When was was the source published or updated?
That's
And
right.
why? Okay, why did the author create the source, and basically who, okay, is the author again? So
Mm.
if you can see, you have to take note also of the date on of where when this it is published, because it is important, because information from 10 years ago may not be relevant
Mm.
anymore. Okay,
And
so there
maybe
may
it's
be recent
outdated
studies.
already,
Yeah,
Tutor
it
Joe.
may be
No,
outdated. So
outdated.
that's very important also for you, dear learners, to take note of, because maybe 10, 20, or 30 years of information may not be relevant for uh, today's age. For example, what if 30 years ago wala pa silang mga smartphones, right? So
Mm.
hindi na siya applicable sa panahon natin ngayon. That is why it's
Yes.
also information, not just who, where, and what the information is, but also when, okay, the information was published.
Yes. Basically, the WH questions. Kala ko
Mm.
sasabihin mo kanina for today's video. Natawa ako.
Nasanay na, no?
So from all those questions na sinabi ni Tutor Joe, my dear learners, who is the author of the source is one of the most important questions to
Mm.
ask when we assess an author's reasoning. Eh, yun muna ang una nating titingnan. Sino ba tong taong to? Credible ba siya? Kasi if not, wag tayong maniniwala.
Mm.
So, that's easy as it is. Ano po? So, we can check this by looking to see if the author is respected in the field, if we are want to consult about our sickness, bakit tayo may ubo, syempre consult tayo ng doctor because
Yes,
they are not
exactly.
just respected but they are in the field itself, and they have degrees that we to that are related to the topic or to the
Mm.
idea or to our concern, and they have published other books or articles on the topic. So that's how we assess the soundness of author's reasoning. We have to remember this. We need to check who the person is. And yep, basically we need to analyze who the person is. That's the number one. And the second one, tutor job, ano to?
Yeah, so equally, we need to analyze the type of information used by the author in giving reasons and evidence in his text to understand the purpose of the text, which is it may be to persuade us, to
Mm-hmm.
inform, or to entertain. So you have to understand the purpose of the text also.
And because authors also present their ideas and support them with specific reasons and evidence to convince the reader. That's why, as readers, grade 9 learners, and also you teachers who are watching here, we should evaluate the reasons and evidence before giving a judgment. Just because we see it, it doesn't mean it's true at all. So we
Mm-mm.
have to evaluate and to analyze even more or conduct further research in order to verify the information. Ito yung sinasabi ni Tutor May last time na sinasabi ni Tutor May last time na we have to be critical readers. Okay? And meron tayong types of information here. Pahapyaw lang, Tutor Job. Ano to yung
Okay.
dalawa?
So, the information used by an author in giving his or her reasons or evidence can be classified according to one. Okay, we have two. One is factual information. So, these are those that solely deal with facts and
Facts.
facts
Yes.
alone. Okay, so they can be short, non-explanatorily, and rarely give
Mm-hmm.
in-depth background on a topic. And they can be verified or proven if they are true or
Or false.
false.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So examples of factual information can be found in encyclopedias, okay, almanacs, government resources, or statistics. So it's just merely facts, okay, facts
Yes.
alone. And for the
Yes.
second one is the subjective content or information, which come from one point of view. So this now involves an author's judgment. Okay, it involves the feeling, opinion, intuition, or emotion. Okay, and so these are not just the factual information now. So opinions, okay, don't ever say that opinions are not valid, but they
Mm-hmm.
are useful to persuade. Okay.
Yes.
But of course, dear learners, be careful. Okay. Be careful. Careful readers are sorry, but careful readers and listeners will notice and demand evidence to back them up. Sabi dito. Okay. So when we share our opinion, okay, you also have to back up your opinion with evidence. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
Now,
na-discuss na
subjective
natin yung,
information,
yes,
it
di
can
ba,
be
Tutor
found in
Joe, we
our
already
blogs.
discussed that
Mm-mm.
sa ating sessions from last quarter that an opinion must be based on facts in
That
order it
is
to be
right.
true. Okay?
Yes. So where can we find subjective contents? These are from YouTube vlogs. Yeah. Okay. Social
Mhm.
media posts, our non-scholarly books, journals, or book reviews, and so on.
That's right. That's why it's important to identify what kind of information is
Mm-mm.
presented in front of us. Is it factual or is it subjective? If it's subjective, kailangan natin lalong you have to analyze even more if the data is true or false or somehow biased and so on. That's why from a recent trend sa ating in the education field also and sa ating mga sa social media, we have this called Majoha because in one of the television show, teenagers were asked about basic, very, very basic knowledge-based question on history, and they answered. They were told to identify who these people are in our history, and they told the 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 questioner, ano po, the one of the host that they are Majoha. So many people are laughing about this. It's a trend from last 2 weeks, I guess, because these people are Gumburza, si Gumburza ito, the Gomez, Burgos, and Zamora, and they are the three martyrs sa ating history. And these are very basic, no? Tapos it's kind of frustrating because they were not able to answer this correctly. And it's kindly disappointing if many people or students like you grade 9 baka hindi nyo to alam ha. Diyos ko maawa kayo, wag naman.
Mukhang alam naman nila, sir. We can see it in the comment section. No? Sinasagot nila,
Oo,
kino-correct na
yun
nila.
sumasagot sila. So, that's right.
Yan.
That's good, grade 9, that you have knowledge about basic in our history. And the answer showed that possibly teens right now do not know well anymore their history of the country's
Mhm.
history. And thankful that from your their answer, Shooter Job, they know that they are Gumbursa and not Majoha. So
Yes.
let's battle Majoha all together. And because of this, we have to check their knowledge. Very fast lang ito just to give them a very, very fast information about, just a quick checking of facts of their knowledge when it comes to their country. So the first one, Tutor Job,
Yes. Okay. So first, fact or fake? The Philippines has 7,107 islands.
what's your
Okay. So
answer?
what's your
Ganun lang
answer?
kabilis. Fact, is it a fact or fake? 7,107 islands bang do we have 7,107 islands in the Philippines? Is it a fact or a fake?
Ayan, sige.
When I was in
Ayan.
elementary, ito yung sabi din sa akin, Shooter Job eh.
Yes, actually ako din, no? I can
7,107.
remember. I can remember this number. I don't know. I don't know where I got the information, pero
Mm.
somehow it stuck in my mind din na ilang islands? 7,107.
Yes, and
Di ba?
it's actually written in books, in social science books, in history books. Nakalagay talaga siya sa atin na it's 7,000 word 7. And most of our students right now are answering that this is a fact. Okay, so is it a fact or a fake? The answer is, then, wala tayong drum roll. The answer is
Fake. Oh,
fake.
yan.
It's
Now you
fake. Bakit kaya
know.
Tutor Joe fake? Bakit
Yes.
kaya?
So according to our notes here, sabi dito, geographers have known for quite a while that 7,107 was incorrect. So on top
Mhm.
of better surveying, sabi dito, the Earth's primordial forces have participated in the revision that in 1952, take note of this, 1952, a volcano called Didicas emerged east of the Babuyan Islands, rising to over 200 meters above sea level. So that alone should have revised the figure to since may isang nag-emerge pa na island,
Mhm.
so 7,107 now becomes 7,108. So, here's the number that they gave.
Yes, because of the
7,600.
newest technology then, Tutor Joe, because of the
Mm-mm,
newest technology, satellite, alam niyo na.
that's
And they
right.
were able to count how many islands.
Mm-mm. So, sabi dito, 7,641 islands. And sabi dito, it's only temporary. So, that's an
Temporary.
example of what I was talking about when it comes to updated information. Okay?
Yes.
So, maybe before, we only knew 7,107 islands. But with the new technology that we have, we are able to identify that there are more.
And
Ayan.
also, perhaps because of the climate change, pagbabago to because
Malay natin, di ba?
the ocean level is rising and
Mm-mm.
many islands could fade. So ingat tayo when it comes to our environment. We have to be careful and
That's right.
take care of our environment. Ayun, so it's temporary. How about this one? You can charge anyone with a criminal offense by just being annoying. What's your answer with this? Is this a fact or a fake? Still, this is in the context of the Philippines. Okay? Could we charge someone with a criminal offense by just being annoying? Alam mo, your classmate is annoying or your neighborhood is it's annoying also. They are irritating already. So the answer here is fake, 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 fake. Sabi ni Joylene. So the answer is it's a fact. It's a fact.
Wala
Actually,
kayo.
bakit kaya
Gulat
Tutor
kayo, no?
Tutor Job? Nabigla sila. Bakit kaya it's a fact? Because the criminal offense is called unjust vexation. It's written actually, my dear learners, in Article 287 of the revised Penal Code, and it says that any other coercions or unjust vexation shall be punished. Ito pa ha, meron pang fines ranging from 5 to 200 pesos or both, and hindi pa ito na-update ng ating Congress. Okay, imagine nyo, meron tayong weird laws as such as this na you could charge someone just by being annoying, and these are the sources. How about the
Yes.
next, the third one?
Yan. So in the Philippine election, when two opposing candidates have the same number of votes, they will do a toss coin.
Okay,
So is
toss
that
coin.
fact or fake?
So halimbawa, ang result is they have exact same number
Tie.
of votes. It does it happen ba? That
Totoo ba yan? O pag nag-tie, flip a coin?
toss yung coin. Tama
Fact
kaya
or
yun for number
fake?
three?
Sige,
So their
tignan natin,
answer is
tignan natin.
fake, fake, fact, fake. So it's
Mukhang
they
hati.
have various answer. So what's the answer here?
It's actually a fact. Oh, if
Bakit
you
kaya
did not
Tutor Joe?
know.
Anong explanation dito?
Sabi dito, in 2013, I remember this. Okay, in 2013, two candidates literally tossed a coin for the mayorship of San Teodoro Oriental, Mindoro. After both of them wound up tied. Okay, exactly, nag-tie sila.
Grabe,
So, dear
no?
learners, pag kayo nagkaroon na kayo ng right to vote, okay, pagka nasa age na
Mhm.
kayo, do not take your votes for granted kasi malay nyo, sa
Yes.
ganitong case, so one vote alone can tip the
Mhm.
balance. So,
Ganun
di ba?
ka-importante.
Oo,
Kasi or
ganyan.
else, dito
Pero
sila
imagine mo, pagka
mag-impact.
sa presidency yan gagawin, di ba nag-tie? Naku, flip
Naku,
coin. And it is actually it's actually legal. Sabi nito, Omnibus
Mm.
Election Code states that the Board of Canvassers shall proceed to the drawing of lots of the candidates who have tied and shall proclaim as elected the candidates who may be favored by luck.
Luck,
So pwede ring
swerte.
hindi lang pwedeng aside from toss coin, pwede rin sila magbunutan na lang. Okay?
Mhm.
So
Imagine mo,
yun.
it happened pala. Oh, ito medyo controversial to, pero we are basing on
Ayan.
a valid source po. Jose
Mm-mm.
Rizal is our national hero. Is it a fact or a fake?
Tignan nga natin. Fact
Tignan nga
or
natin.
fake?
Grabe naman to magkamali pa kayo dito Is it a fact or a fake? Rizal is our national hero. Someone, Antoinette Hernandez, Grammar Aldoshia said, it's a fact. Fact also. Tutor L, it's a fact. The right answer is,
Drum roll. Dug, 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 dug.
mm, it's actually fake, okay? Kaya
Aha.
nalagyan ako ng quotation mark na national hero. Jose Rizal is not actually our national hero because ito yung sabi ng ating source.
Mm-mm.
According to the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, Section Chief Chedora Atienza, and Filipino historian, they are respected on their fields, Ambet Ocampo. There is no Filipino historical figure, including Rizal, that was officially declared a
Hmm.
national
Officially.
hero through law or executive order. Although there were laws and proclamations honoring Filipino heroes.
Mm-mm.
So in the Philippines pala tutor elite tutor job, there's no such thing as a national hero. Ito yung sinasabi lang nila ng mga tao. Pero in papers, legally, wala po tayong national hero sa Pilipinas. Okay? The sources are from the NCCA, National Commission for Culture and Arts, and with this selection and proclamation of national heroes.
Right. And then
Okay?
again, dear learners, if you
Mhm.
do not believe us, okay, and we encourage you, of course, to do
Mhm.
your
That's right.
own readings, okay?
Mhm.
So if you want to verify yung truthfulness ng sineshare namin ngayon, we encourage you to read on your own, okay?
Yeah.
But make
Because
sure that what you are reading are
mhm.
reliable, okay?
Yeah. And because of, thank you Tutor Joe for that additional insight, no? So kahit kami dito, even as teachers, could be also wrong when it comes to
Mm-mm.
information. So don't be afraid to speak up when someone is telling you when someone is telling you a wrong information or a wrong concept, that could be that is okay. Even if he or she is your teacher, as long as you say it
Yes.
very diplomatically and respectfully. Okay, that's why we need to analyze or evaluate the soundness of information, because soundness means the quality of being based on valid reasons, good judgment, or reasoning. And do those information presented in the activity valid or showed soundness? Valid ba yung na-present natin kanina? Sabi ng tutor Dove, 0 out of 4 ako, tutor Ellie. Ayun. So, ayun, di ba? We have to correct this misinformation na kala natin tama pero hindi pala. So, do those information presented, valid ba yun? Or nag-show, does it show soundness? Of course, because they are sound and valid, because tutor Job, they are based on
Yes.
valid and reliable sources. Tama po? Mhm. Nagsasabi sila ng mga ano nila. Ayun, last na lang ito, tutor job. Ano yung gagawin nila, tutor job, kapag how could we judge the soundness of an author's reasoning?
Yes, ayan. So remember the CER style or the claim, evidence, and reasoning style for us to judge the soundness of an author's
Yes, ito yung
reasoning.
yes, CER style na tinatawag. Ito mabilisan lang. Pwede naman natin tong isend sa kanila sa GC. Ito yung
Mm-mm.
CER or evidence-based response. Claim, evidence, and reasoning. Okay? Ano yung claim mo? Your answer. Pag may question, ano yung answer mo? That's the claim. Direct ang answer mo. Totoo ba na si Rizal ay hindi isang national hero? If yes or no, that's the answer. That's the claim. How about by evidence? These are information from a reliable source or text. So these are supporting statement or evidence.
Yeah.
And the reasoning is your explanation based on the evidence that supports the claim. And may mga ginagamit tayo tutor job na mga words, okay, in claiming or in providing evidence or reason. So ito 'yon. So we could use in having a claim. I think or I believe it's yes,
Mm-mm.
it's true, it's fact, it's fake, Tutor Ellie, Tutor Job. While sa evidence part naman, titingnan natin, magtitingin tayo ng mga words such as according to the passage, kita nyo yun sa ating
Yes,
sources,
yes.
according to the author states, one example, and so on. While sa reasoning naman is based on the evidence, we must conclude, I therefore conclude. So yung mga words that we
Mm-mm.
have to remember. So ayun po, just a sum up of this infographics. So just for an example, basahin lang natin to ng mabilis, Tutor Joe. The question is, could too much exposure to gadgets harm one eyes? Basahin lang natin ng mabilis, Tutor Joe.
Sige, sabi dito, too much screen time can harm your eyes and your overall health. Because of COVID-19, more and more people are resorting to technology as a way to
Mhm.
communicate with their loved ones and perform tasks in the comfort of their homes. While gadgets are helpful during the pandemic, excessive use and constant exposure can be potentially damaging to one's health, most especially to the eyes and the brain. According to Dr. Ramon Basa, an occupational and family medicine specialist at the Asian Hospital Medical Center, the allotted time for gadget use is limited to 3 hours per
Hours per
day.
day.
Excessive exposure can lead to adverse effects, including digital eye strain, damage of the retina in the eye, and brain fog. He also warns of the development of gray matter atrophy, or in layman's term, the shrinking of
Mm,
parts of the brain.
scary.
Based on the different complications that exposure to gadgets could cause to one's eye, it is good that we make great decisions about how long and often we look
we
on
look
the screen.
we look on the screen. So, yun yung
Yes.
article. So, the question is, could too much exposure to gadgets harm one eyes? Ito yung sagot dito. Pero, we have to judge if the reasoning of the author is sound or valid.
Mm-mm.
So, ito yung titingnan natin. Claim. Ano yung sagot niya dito
What is
sa
the
question?
claim?
Too
Yes.
much screen time can harm your eyes and your overall health. So, yun yung sagot
Mm-mm.
ng author. And the evidence are this. Ito yung mga
Yan.
supporting ideas or statements. And paano yung claim, ang reasoning naman, based on the different complications, ayun, yung last sentence doon sa article na yon ng author. So, ganun po, we use the claim evidence reasoning style in order to judge the soundness of the author's reasoning. So dito, for our assignment, Tutor Job, ito yung assignment nila. They have to read the text and judge the soundness of the author's
Yes.
information or reason by using the claim evidence reasoning style. So
So
pwede
we
kayong
encourage
Mhm.
we encourage you right now to take a screenshot, okay, of the
Yes.
text that we're going to show you. And then we want you to read that and give your CER, claim,
Mhm.
evidence,
Yes.
give the claim, evidence, and reasoning.
Reasoning. And
Okay?
this is the question. Is smoking dangerous to your health? So, identify niyo yung claim, evidence, reasoning dito sa article na to. So, hindi na namin siya babasahin. You
Ayan.
can
So
see
again, take a screenshot and identify the claim,
the
evidence,
evidence
and
and
the
the reason.
reason.
Okay. So that's for now. Ganun yung topic natin for topic 2, which is
Mm-mm.
all about soundness of author's reasoning. We have to remind them, Tutor Job, na kailan sila babalik nga ulit.
Yes. Okay. So we are going to have a break for 2 weeks for the election. So we'll be back on May 17 for our English 9
Okay.
session. Take note of that. Okay. May 17. So 2 weeks break. We'll return on May 17 for our English 9 session. 3 to 3:40 p.m.
Ayun. So once again, I am Tutor Ellie from SDO Camarines Sur.
Yes, and I am your tutor Joe from SDO Nueva Vizcaya. Thank you
And
for
thank you for
joining us.
watching our English 9 session. So thank you
Okay,
very much and see you
goodbye.
on May 17. Tama
May
18?
17. Yes.
17. Okay. Thank you very much and God bless. Thank you very much, online learners.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!